Welcome to Rise and Grind Radio 3.0.
You are now about to witness.
With your host, Scotty the Body.
Come down later for good
7 of truth bombs, hard facts, and real life grit. It's time to wake up.
Good evening.
Let's grind.
Here we go again.
No, you gonna dig this.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Scotty the Body. This is Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. You know, we live on a planet where there's enough clothes in the garbage, and I mean the trash heap, you know, past your garbage, the city dump, to clothe humanity for a century. I wish that was a joke. Like I said, folks, welcome back to Rise and Grind Radio. Since we're in the month of giving, we are going to talk about how we can give back this year. You know, all the consumption we have and all the abundance or overabundance of things that we have, for instance, clothes, food, whatever. If you have more than one car, like, why do you have that? I understand you know, you collect things or whatever, but when's the last time you gave to charity? Or is that even in your vocabulary? You know, to think for a second, there's still somebody out there that's on a bus bench without a jacket tonight, freezing their ass off. Because where I'm at, it's minus, well, you know, it's below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's cold as fuck out here, and yeah, man. So you can't tell me that we're broke, right? We're just morally bankrupt. You know, the world's overflowing, and I feel like has been for a while now. You know, full plates, full closets, full storage units, and yet a greater percentage of the people's spirits are starving. The world's on full, but your very thing that holds you here, your soul, is empty. That's what we're going to talk about today. You think this just happened? You think poverty's some random glitch? Nope. This is design. Food gets dumped because donating it doesn't fix the spreadsheet. Clothes get torched so the brand stays exclusive. They call it marketing, and then those of us who pay attention call it moral decay. They literally protect logos from being seen on the poor. I'll tell you what, Champion made a comeback because only poor people wore Champion when I was a kid because it was a cheaper brand. Now it's back in style and everybody's wearing it. I know. So perspective is everything, right? It's like that one saying, you buy a bottle of water for $1 to just resell it, or say you buy a case of water, whatever, and you try to sell it for $1 at one place. You try to sell it, okay, let's just say you sell it to your friend. You sell it to a stranger, and you sell it to your neighbor. You sell it to your friend who asks for a discount on the $1 that you're selling it for. Your neighbor said they'll pay $2 for it, and then some fucking stranger says that they'll pay $50 for it. Know your worth, right? So it doesn't really matter what you wear as long as you're happy and your clothes are clean. And that's another thing too. A lot of these people don't have, clean clothes or clean socks. Well, think about this for a second. When's the last time have you gone without a clean pair of socks and you're wearing the same socks every fucking day? You just turn them inside out, you wash them in the creek or whatever you can do. Yeah, it's probably been a while, right? Okay. So this episode's going to touch on maybe giving back a little bit this year, or what's left of the year. Nope. This is just spiritual rot disguised as capitalism. And here's the craziest part. You know, they can give all that extra clothes and extra food away. And to anybody with a fucking sock basket or a fucking random laundry basket, you can give that shit away too. I'm serious though. They could have give that food away instead of throwing it out. Now there's a federal law for it now. There's a gentleman by the name of Bill Emerson. He was a Republican throughout the 80s and 90s, died in, I believe, 96 of lung cancer, unfortunately. While he was in office, so probably one of the only fucking good Republicans that were left. And needless to say, everything that was good died in the 90s. Anyway, Bill Emerson, he made it a point to introduce the Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act. It protects any businesses that donate food in good faith from being sued. Restaurants, grocery stores, distributors, anyone. They're all legally covered. But ironically, most of them don't even know the law exists because times have changed in 30 years, right? No one's looking up, oh, well, is there something we can help people out? Like, no, dude, they're not looking to fucking help people out because it's not instinctual. A lot has changed in 30 years, man. People hate more. You know what I mean? They don't love more. They definitely hate more. But either way, some of them, there's a lot of those people that they know about it and they'll just say they don't know about it and they'll hide behind their own ignorance because waste is easier than actual effort. I mean, shit, dude. I don't know what neighborhood you might be from, but look around. Your neighbor can't afford heat while corporations get tax breaks for destroying product. Like, that's fucking bonkers, dude. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a music issue here. So yeah, your neighbor can't afford heat while corporations get tax breaks for destroying product. That's fucked up. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me why a store would rather burn a coat than warm a child. And I mean, I know there's that weird fucking joke. Corporations are actually fucking kids. Yeah, I know. Pedophiles can go fucking eat a dick. You ever walk by someone and feel that tug? That little voice that says, help them. But then that lower part of you says, nah, someone else do it. That's how evil wins. Not through monsters, but through indifference. It's not the darkness that kills us. It's the dimming of our own light. Done by ourselves. Just one shrug off at a time. It's that same apathy that I've been trying to tell you about. Those hard conversations. The same thing, I don't care, someone else will do it, or it'll figure itself out, or let's sweep it under the rug because it doesn't fucking matter right now. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. A wise man once told me the best bet is to attack the issue at its inception, which means if you have an issue with something or someone, then do it, then address it immediately. In a calm manner, at least, so that it doesn't fester and turn into a sickness or a cancer or a virus or whatever the analogy may come to you for. But that apathy is what drives us into the darkness, what drives us into loneliness and into insecurity. You don't want to be that shit. You don't want to be a fucking weak pussy out there. No way. Shit's getting way harder, dude. Fuck that. Be involved. Give a shit, especially if you fucking can, dude. I see a lot of, like, my old acquaintances. I have to say it that way. I see a lot of my old acquaintances. They're still going out. They're still partying. They're still fucking boozing. And not once have had one conversation in the years that we've been together about charity. Not one. As of recent, all these people take political sides saying fucking freeloaders don't deserve food stamps. Like, dude, we grew up on fucking food stamps. A lot of these people who say that shit don't even know what it's like to grow up on food stamps. What it's like to be on the other side of the fucking tracks, bro. So, if you're listening to this, bro, and you hear me, then fucking hear me. That's not cool. Like, you don't know what it's like to be on the other side. You don't know what it's like to grind every fucking minute you're alive until it's there. And then you just keep grinding. It's not a dick measuring contest or a pissing contest. This is shut the fuck up, you ignorant cunt. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, wait, I did. Dead serious, though. The whole SNAP thing, and then I just read something earlier that they're going to reinstate SNAP benefits until the end of the fiscal year of 2026. So bravo, President Trump and Congress, for finally getting your fucking heads out of your asses. Let's figure out the income tax and the Federal Reserve. One thing at a time, right? Like, where's the Epstein list? Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyway, so back to the apathy part of this whole conversation, right? At one point in my life, I used to be that guy too. I'd shrug it off. I'd be like, fuck the bum. Whatever. I was young-minded, young life experienced. Even though I came up, harder, because you forget a lot of times when you start seeing things from a different light, you forget about your past. You're supposed to, in a sense, not to the point where you're absent-minded from it, but remember where the fuck you come from, dude. Hold that merit in your heart and realize, you've grown since then as an individual, financially, emotionally, whatever it is, but hold on to it. Do not let it go. The trauma, fuck it, let it go. But that self, can't bury that one, dude. So yeah, like I said, I used to be that guy. Headphones in, eyes down. Pretend I didn't see the guy in the corner outside the corner store, with a cup holding a sign saying anything helps. Because when you actually stop to feel it, it fucking hurts. It does. Now, which reminds me of a really nice story from a long time ago. We're talking like 3 decades ago. I remember when my parents broke up, my father didn't have means of transportation to come get us. So he took about 4 or 5 buses from the other side of fucking town to come get us. It would take hours, right? So needless to say, for a couple of years of my life, we spent a lot of our time on the metro. It wasn't beautiful, but it was kind of like an adventure, You grow up with I got to grow up with my old man, Anyway, so we're coming home, or we're going to his place the one time, and it's got to be this time of year, November sometime, and it's a little colder out, right? My dad. To preface this, the only way to get around back then, if you didn't have a Metro Pass, like a card or whatever, was actual coins, right? The money machine didn't really work that well. The dollar exchange thing. So he had a shit, like probably 5 pounds worth of actual coins, like something you'd go to the laundromat with. So we're on the bus going to his place from my mom's place in the city, and the bus makes a stop in the middle of the, I guess it was the neighborhood. But it's the neighborhood, and a homeless man gets off the bus. My father asks the bus driver to give him a second here, and he runs off the bus, and he hands the man. I watched over the window. He hands the man his entire pocket full of change. I mean, we were already on our way home. So he gets back on the bus, and I'm like, Dad, why did you do that? And, being poor, or didn't have anything. They didn't have fucking health insurance or fucking anything. He says, he needed it more than we do, Scotty. And in that moment, I'm just like, man, my dad's a fucking superhero. I mean, I was confused, but I'm like, wow, we have nothing. We have fucking nothing. We're taking the bus everywhere, bro. And you give that dude fucking like $20 worth of fucking coins? That shows you, what kind of human even you can be. Fast forward 30 years later, my old man's not the same guy. I don't remember last time we've even talked about charity. He's too busy packing his garage full of shit. Whoops. Seriously though, I mean, if you got the means to help somebody out, to fucking do it. You know what I mean? And do it without me saying it. And do it without even having to fucking listen to this on repeat. Do it because it's ingrained in you, right? Nobody wants to hurt in a world that rewards being numb. Numbness is just a slow death. Feeling, that's life. When you feel, you act. When you act, you feel. So it works in unison. They sold us a lie that giving and helping is weakness. I tell you what, if you turn the shit around, giving's a rebellion. It's you looking the machine in the face and saying, you can't program my soul, bitch. You ever notice how uncomfortable people get when you talk about compassion? God dang. Like it's corny or soft. Dude, that's programming. They made caring look lame so apathy could look cool. It's like that tough guy hyper-masculinity bullshit. Like, dude, put that shit on the fucking ice. But the ones who still feel, they're the ones who move mountains. And if you're hearing this right now, maybe that's you. Maybe you've been carrying a spark you didn't even realize that you had. So what's the next move? Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the city or the church to organize it. Start with your block. Go through your closet. Half the stuff in there, it's just fucking sitting there. And come around the next season or the next season after that, it's probably still going to be sitting there. Those jeans that don't fit, that hoodie from 3 seasons ago, yeah, it's not fashion anymore. It's fuel. Somebody needs that shit right now. You got extra food? Drop it off. A single mom struggling? Slide a meal her way. Help out where you can. That's real community. Not hashtags, filters, location bumps, or fucking tagging anything. You don't need a brand. You need your own backbone. And while you're at it, tell all your people. Text your crew. Post the drive and where it's at. Bring a fucking bag, man. Bring a couple. Because compassion's contagious when it's loud enough. I've seen it happen firsthand. One person starts something small, a coat drive, a hot meal night, a soup night. I remember on the west side, they got a soup night every Thursday at the one church. Even a bag of groceries left on a doorstep. It costs $20. Inflation's not that bad when it comes to food if you're buying off the shelf. When you do that, 3 more people show up. And then another 3. And then another 3. And then you got fucking 10 people. Then it's a neighborhood thing. And for once, we have a sense of community again. And the neighborhood feels alive. But it starts with one act. One decision. Then another. That's the fix, folks. You're hearing this for a reason. Don't brush it off and be like, because that apathy, that's the apathy that's going to kill you. Not for me, but it's going to kill you slowly. That's that darkness. Run away from it. Fast as you can. Because on the other side of that shit is a fire waiting for you. Maybe God's trying to remind you that comfort isn't your calling. You don't got to post this. I mean, we would appreciate it if you did. But you certainly have to live it. And if it hits you, if it makes you mad, if it stirs something inside, well, yeah, fuck yeah, share it. I don't see why not. I said share it. Send it to someone who needs a wake-up call. That's how revolutions start. Now. Not with speeches, but with actions. One repost, one real talk in the break room, one coat, one plate, one act of rebellion called kindness. Wow. What's that shit? I don't know, but I heard it costs nothing to do. The world doesn't need saviors, folks. That hero shit's fucking played out. It needs servants. Soldiers of compassion. People who fight for warmth in a cold culture. All right. Final message. The world's spinning faster than ever, folks. Everybody chasing more, but nobody feeding the soul. So it's time to slow the fuck down. Listen to that heartbeat. Yours and the one next to you. That's proof you still got purpose. The world doesn't need another influencer. It needs actual examples. Be the one who shows humanity what it looks like unfiltered. Not for clout, for conscience. Yeah. I'm Scott of the Body. This is Rise and Grind Radio 3.0. Stay awake, stay grinding, and stay human, baby.